Hi, my name is Ludas Vudkus, and in this episode of What to Hodl, I want to do a review of Shivom. What is their idea? They want to create a huge database of human genomes. How are they going to do that? Well, they will be supplying the kits for creating these genomes. Basically, you sign up to Shivom, you pay for a genome sequencing kit. They send you a box, you send them back a sample of your DNA, and they send you back your genome data. So they want to create this huge database of human genomes. Basically, everything is going to be built on blockchain technology, so your data is not going to get leaked, it's not going to get stolen or sold off to third parties. You have full access to your data and you can do whatever you want with it. So, what are the benefits of such a database? So, right now, there are only several companies that do genome sequencing, and they have their own private databases that aren't really doing much right now. So, Shivom wants to create a global database that can be used by pharmaceutical companies, research companies to do research on this data, to do artificial intelligence data mining and all that cool stuff to learn more about people, to find cures for uncurable diseases, and to find new drugs specific to a group of people or specific to a single person and stuff like that. Uh, we can only imagine what are the possibilities once you have a database of all this data available for scientists to do research on. So these are several main ideas. Also, it could be used by researchers to find people they want to research. So, for example, a disease uh, is found in most people if they have a specific gene. So they could do like a search for people that have that specific gene, and they could invite specifically these people to participate in the study. So that this some other example that could work. So how will the ecosystem work? So you will have your genome and you will be able to give access to it to whatever you want. So if there is a research company that wants to use your genome for research, they will be paying you the OMX token for you. So there will be a token on the blockchain that's going to be used for all the applications. So if they want to invite you, they will be paying you in these tokens. If, for example, you need to some information, so you get your genome and you want to learn something from the genome because, well, it's just data. And if you're not a scientist or a doctor, then you don't really understand any of it and you need some analysis of it. So you will need third-party applications for which you will be able to pay with your tokens that you get. So then you will learn more about yourself. So this is the idea how the whole ecosystem works, and I want to talk several things to go a little bit more in depth. So on their website, currently there's basically nothing. You can check their product, which is their MVP, and there is really not much to see because overall this is just a database. And then there's documents that we are going to go through, and then there's team and partners. So that's, I hope they will add a lot more info, take out the info from the docs and put it on the website for easier access for the people. So the white paper is 58 pages long. It's a pretty good read, though I want to go through the pitch deck, which is basically a quicker summary, and get into some specific details. So what you can learn from your genome. You can learn about your ancestry, susceptible diseases, and maybe be prepared to cure them instantly when they start showing symptoms. You can also find potential drug treatments for that are made for you, because well, one pill might work for one person and it might not work for another for some reason. So medicine hopefully wants to find the answer to this from genomes. And then there are opportunities for precision medicine and new drug development. So again, precision medicine, where you target specific people that maybe have a specific gene and are more susceptible to some drug, and it's more effective to these people. So that would be precision medicine. And many other things, some yet unknown. So it's still a pretty new stuff. One more thing that I did not mention is how much it costs to get your genome sequenced. So this is a good graph that illustrates. So in 2007, it's not showing the years, it was 2001, it costed to get your genome sequenced almost $100,000. So only scientists were doing that. And right now, over here, in 2017, it costs around $500. In a decade, it is expected to cost less than $100, and I think it's very probable that every single person will have their genome sequenced, maybe after birth, and they will have that data with them. So there's a lot of potential in growth of doing genomes, because well, it's becoming less expensive and more people are going to do it. So some challenges, genomics, other challenges are critical data control. So right now the companies that are doing genome sequencing, they have their private databases that are not accessible and they are not even secure. So that's a general problem with most of the data these days. So the market size of global healthcare is 8.7 trillion. Precision medicine market is projected to be 100 billion by 2025. So again, as we talked about precision medicine, 90% of people in the United States will be sequenced within the next 20 years. Well, it makes sense because as more people, as it gets less expensive, more people will do that. So competition, 23andMe have 1 million people sequenced and their market value is 1.1 billion. Ancestry DNA have 4 million people sequenced, and Helix not available, and 100 million raised. So these are just some competitors, though they do not have these massive ideas of creating global databases for research and development of new drugs. So the ecosystem, as I already talked, there will be apps on top of it, and you will be able to sell your data, use different apps that will help you, etc. And in this ecosystem, the token will be used, which is omics. So everything, as in most blockchains, are going to be used by a token. So you will get rewarded for sharing your data with tokens. If you want some use of some application, you will be using the token. So what's next is how they are going to distribute the funds, the growth pool, reserve, token sale, advisors, founders, the usual stuff. Then we have the people of Shivom. I really like the co-founder and CEO. He's a PhD in genetics, over 20 years of research and development leadership experience in genomics, epigenetics, biomarker discovery, bio-IT, aging, and longevity. Uh, this is the stuff that they are working with, and he has tons of experience with that. And other founders, well, they are business people, fintech, blockchain developers, and they have several advisors that are in this field of genomics. So I would enjoy to see more people from the field of genomics and medicine in their team, but it is what it is. And then they have a lot of interesting advisors, which they call the Shivom Innovation Council. And Thomas Goga, he was an advisor in Bankera, which I have done a video, and which was a really successful ICO. He is well known for me because he's from Lithuania, just like me. And another person that really got my attention was David Orban. He participated in the Ethereum launch, so he definitely has some insight into blockchains and can see where some good stuff is being built. So the go-to-market strategy of Shivom: collaborations, working with medical centers, non-profit healthcare organizations, patient support groups, and for-profit organizations to ensure a global and wide adoption of the platform. Incentives and bounties, basically they will give out rewards and tokens for people to talk about the platform. Strong global marketing campaigns and working directly with governments to get whole population sequenced. So in the white paper they were talking about some governments that they have plans to launch programs to sequence their population, basically. So if they manage to get on board with some government that wants to sequence their people and also use their database to store the data, it would be a massive success. Targeting quantity self-movements to spread the word that they can use those sequences from other providers. So basically, they will be promoting to people that already have their genome sequenced, and what they need is to just upload their genomes to this platform, and they can make money if researchers have interest in their genomes. And then the roadmap, it's a bit small, I suppose, but most of the stuff in the roadmap, their project will be produced in 2018, which is wonderful. They won't going to take forever to do this, and in 2009 they will be launching a artificial intelligence platform to start doing research on the data. So that's going to be really, really exciting. And then the partners, most of them are blockchain partners, though there are some in medicine, which I would like to see more of. Genetic technologies, that strikes me, and I think most of them are actually still in the blockchain sphere. So yeah, this is it. I really like the idea. They had in the white paper, they were quite reluctant to talk about the partnerships. I hope to learn more about them in the upcoming days, and they should definitely improve their website and add more info from the documents over here. So overall, I think it's going to be a tremendously huge project. The idea is really, really good in my opinion, and I think this should be a really, really good blockchain. So this is it. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.